Hello and welcome back. So we tested cloud models. We tested Kimi K3, GPT-5.6. We've learned they're very good. But how good is local AI? How good is Qwen 3.59b, which is realistically what most people can run on the hardware that most people have? Surprisingly good. Surprisingly good. Good enough to manage servers and read some logs, right? But I don't want it to just manage servers. I wanted to build out services for me. A lot of times when I'm building out services, I use Docker. And I'm like, if it could build out Docker, suddenly it becomes a lot more of a useful model. I know it can get Docker installed. That was one of the test cases I used when I was building the small CTL harness. But how good is it? How much information is stored in the quantized version? Let's find out. Usable context for Qwen 3.59b, I think, is like 128K. So we're going to get that spun up locally using LM Studio. And then we'll get small CTL spun up. And we'll take things from there, all right? We've got LM Studio pulled up. And what we're going to do is test the token speed before we get started with these challenges. I'm running this on a 5060 Ti with 16 gigabytes of RAM. And ORNF 1.09b is a post-trained model. I'm not sure if you can even see it right now. Let me see it. There we go. ORNF 1.09b is a post-trained version of Qwen 3.5. So it should work a little bit better for agentic use cases, programming, all that good stuff. The cool part is that technically it's only about 5 gigabytes of VRAM or so, meaning that gives you enough additional overhead that you can run it at Qwen 3.59b's recommended context window, which is 128K. So let's test this out and see how well it works. This is 16 gigabytes of VRAM using middle of the range GPU. This is stuff most people in theory would be able to have access to. How well does it work to manage Docker? We've got LM Studio pulled up here, and let's start a new chat. I'll shoot a quick hey. Let's see what kind of, this is the problem with local AI right here. I'm addicted. Whoa, AI has nothing to say. Public process failed. Let's try it again. There we go. So I had to disable plugins, and that's fine. So we're getting about 50 tokens a second, right? Not bad at all for the context window we have. Average token per second from cloud providers tends to be between 40 and 80, right? So we're kind of on the low end, but very usable. But that's going to slow down as we fill up the context window, but that's okay. We're going to swap on over to small CTL. There it is in our harness. Before we were getting about, 40, 50 tokens per second. Let's see how quickly it responds back in the harness. I'm going to have to redo this UI section. The UI definitely needs some work, but I've been focusing on the backend stuff. So let's see, Qwen 3.59b, and let's give it a shot here. I have a test server inside of Proxmox right here. And let's see, start. This is a server we're going to be using to get Docker installed. So let me get root enabled on it, and then we'll start our testing. First, we're going to change the password to the temp. All right, cool. Then we're going to quickly enable pub key authentication and root login. Pub key auth, yes. That's for later. Permit password auth, yes. Cool. So to my left, I've got LM Studio, so we can kind of watch the tokens per second while this is generating. And above me, I've got the essential question here, boys. Can Qwen 3.59b install Docker? Docker is like one of the most convenient ways to get servers and services up and running. Can it even get it installed? Then we've got more questions after that. It's a gulag, right? We're going to put Qwen 3.59b through the ringer and see how well it functions. Also, we're going to put my harness through the ringer and see how well it functions. So to my left, I've got LM Studio, so we can kind of watch the tokens per second while this is generating. And above me, I've got the essential question here, boys. Can Qwen 3.59b install Docker? Docker is like one of the most convenient ways to get servers and services up and running. Can it even get it installed? Then we've got more questions after that. It's a gulag, right? We're going to put Qwen 3.59b through the ringer and see how well it functions. Also, we're going to put my harness through the ringer and see how well it functions. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to record while it was getting this done because I am GPU poor, right? There's only so much you can do with 16 gigs of VRAM. But let's see what happened, right? I asked the 9B model to SSH into our test server, which it was able to. First, we tried with pubkey, and that failed. I need to investigate that because manual pubkey works just fine. When we passed the password, it worked no problem. After that, I asked it to get Docker installed, and the 9B model was able to get Docker installed. So challenge 1 of installing Docker was done successfully. And if we work through this log, we can see it got curl and GPG installed. It got the Docker repository added to the host, and it did a quick apt-get update, right? And then it confirmed that the service was, it's still going. So it confirmed that the service is in fact up and running, right? So it was in fact able to do that, right? We got Docker installed. Task 1 is completed. We are going to give the model its best chance at sorting the next task by clicking chat. All right, so again, it was kind of overshooting its objective there. It made this nice report, but it seems like it was trying to do more tool calls for it to confirm that everything was running, which it doesn't need to, right? We hopped over to here, we do a Docker info. You can see on the remote host, Docker is in fact running. So that is 1 for 1, Qwen 3.59b, the local model, so far is able to install Docker, confirmed. Let's see what else it can do. So we now know that Qwen 3.59b can in fact install Docker. Let's up the ante. Can it write a Docker compose? Can it write the Docker YAML file that you need for you to get your service spun up? Let's find out. So let's continue and start a new session, right? We'll click chat, new, and we now have a new context window. We should then be able to re-steer the model again. Let's do a SSH root at 192.168.1.110 with that temp password and create a Docker compose file on the root user's home folder to spin up Nginx. Then confirm the compose file works on the remote host by using it to spin up said container. So the prompt is pretty simple. SSH root at our test host, create a Docker compose file on the root user's home folder to spin up Nginx. Then confirm the compose file works on the remote host by using it to spin up said container. All right, so we're asking it to remote into this computer right here and get an Nginx server spun up, right? Pretty simple. Can it actually get one container spun up? Even that would be very useful. Quick update. It wrote the file and it's testing it. And it looks like it got the Docker compose up and running. If we were to expand the tool call, we can kind of see the output from that Docker compose pull command right there. So we're just waiting for that to spin up, and then we'll do some manual verification and go from there. We are back, and let's follow up on the results. So the model did confirm that it was able to get the compose file up and running and get the container spawned, SSH agent spawned, right? But again, it's struggling with some confirmation gates that's built into harness at the end, right? It's kind of looping on those. I might need to make it less restrictive, but it is achieving the goals. It got the Docker compose set up. Let's confirm that work with a Docker PS. And you can see we have a Nginx Alpine container up and running, and it should be available on port 80. So we were to do 192.168.1.110. Okay. It says forbidden, but all the same, it confirms one thing. It can, in fact, spin up Docker, right? Right? That's useful, isn't it, boys? Let's make it a little bit more complicated, right? Can it fix a broken Docker container? Let's find out. I'm going to break Docker, right? And I'm going to ask small CTL to fix it, or at the very least, report back what it's found out, For convenience purposes, here is the prompt we're giving the model. We gave it the login and the password, and we told it you're troubleshooting a broken Docker Compose application. The lab directory is located at root Docker medium talons on the remote host. It contains, and then we gave it the information it needed, like the Nginx proxy, the Python API. Your goal is to repair the existing stack with the smallest reasonable configuration changes. All right. And then here's some rules: to not delete volumes, to not remove health checks, to not bypass Nginx, to not replace the application, to not rebuild everything unless required. Diagnose each failure using status logs. After each challenge, verify the result. And then it has a grader.sh script. I imagine this is going to take this is going to take a while, right? But let's go back into small CTL and start a new session. We'll just send a quick hey prompt to verify the backend is working. We'll paste in our challenge, and then we'll check back in probably in like 30 to 45 minutes. This is local AI. You got to be patient. Quick update. It is still generating, but it's going, it's doing SSH tool calls. I guess we got that pub key issue fixed, and it's just going. It's trying to figure out what's wrong with it, right? It's changing the YAML file. It's troubleshooting stuff. Let's see if it can figure out what's wrong with the application. All right, so let's continue. It's still running in the background, but basically this is what's going on. We have an application where a user requests the application through an Nginx proxy. And we have a Python API that makes API calls to a Postgres SQL server. During this, there's 3 traps we set for the model. The first is a bad health check, right? So Docker marks the running database as unhealthy. We also gave it a wrong host name and a wrong upstream port. Postgres SQL is running, but Docker says it's unhealthy, right? So the database itself is working. So it's kind of a trick for the model, can it tell the difference between the database working and Docker just reporting things as wrong? The second trap is that the API asks Docker DNS for a server that does not exist, right? So can the model tell that the server does not exist, and can the model change the compose file and get everything running? The third trap is Nginx reaches the right container, but the wrong port. So can the model pay enough attention to detail to fix the port? We gave the model explicit instructions to inspect, read logs, verify, memo fix, and prove it. And we told the model to not delete volumes, not remove health checks, not bypass any Nginx, to not just blindly rebuild stuff, not replace the entire stack, and provide evidence at the end. So let's go ahead and switch back over, and let's check on the model and see what it's doing. So it looks like it's trying to patch the file properly, right? Let's see. Yeah, so right now it's trying to patch the config file. Let's see. It looks like it realized it was ported to the wrong port. So it's trying to sort that out. I'm going to give it a manual continue because I think it's gotten stuck. Yep. So sometimes with these smaller models, it'll just stop generation. But if you give it a continue, it'll normally get back on track. So we'll check back in on this and see if it can resolve the problem. So it started looping. I had to stop it and kick it off again. We're going to try to see if it can actually succeed on the second shot. Something I noticed is that it is making progress. Like it's slowly getting the containers up. It's a local model, so it gets lost in its own sauce. But if we were to log in, we were to come here, and we were to go to our test host, log in the console, do a quick ls, and run our grader script, you can see it's struggling on our last 2 servers. All right, so it's got to fix the port issue, right? It's got to fix a Docker config issue to expose the port properly. And then it's got to get database connectivity working again, which is another Docker Compose issue. So can Quen 3.59b fix Docker Compose? Let's cross our fingers, right? You might have to do a couple runs, but I got faith in it. Let's see what it's doing. So it's struggling on that connection issue. Let's give it some more time. I went ahead and cleared the context window, and it says challenge passed. Let's verify that, Let's see. Oh, so that is it for Quentin 3.59b. It was able to pass the challenge, but to note, we did have to go in and restart this run. Halfway through, it kind of got lost and started looping. I had to go back in, give it the exact same prompt, and it was able to continue. So I think that was more, maybe I just started running out of context, or who knows? Who knows? But it was technically able to get the work done. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 on that one. So can Quen 3.59 be managed Docker? The answer is yes. Yes, it can. If you're interested in testing out these changes, please go ahead and check out the smallctl GitHub repo, right? Where the latest version, I think, is like v0.1.3.3. Mostly it's been bug fixes. I do have more UI fixes and eventually a web interface planned, but that is for later. As always, thank you for watching. If you enjoy this content, please hit the like button. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe either here or on TikTok. Otherwise, stay blessed, boys.